Hey guys, guess what? Somebody thinks you're a
Where'd you get that smile? Stolen with a kiss. How'd you get so tough like this?
So on my 21st birthday, I was out on a night out, taking pictures in a nightclub, whatever, and I suddenly came up with this epiphany that not everyone in the world was going to like me. And you know what? I was okay with that. I'd gone through my teenage years being a bit obnoxious and a bit loud, like teenagers usually are, full of energy and chemicals, and I finally came to this realisation that it didn't matter how nice I was to a person, or how accommodating, somebody out there was always going to think that I was a massive prat. And you know what? That was okay, because at the end of the day, I wasn't going to cow down to how they wanted me to be. Instead, I was going to focus on who I was, and hopefully enough people would like me for me to actually have a bit of a social life. And you know what? I was right. Granted, it's not really been that easy, and I have had a few ups and downs over the last few years, but I think I've managed to keep it quite stable over the last year or so. Now, the reason I bring this up is because of the recent news that the new Doctor Who was going to be a woman. Now, considering that I'm involved in the Whovian community, I had to deal with an awful lot over the last 24 hours, and because of such, I got myself a massive headache. You had two really big extremes of, oh my god, I can't believe it, it's going to be amazing, I'm going to love it, it's going to be absolutely brilliant, it's been a long time coming, and oh my god, this is the death of Doctor Who, 1963 to 2017, bleh, RIP, I'm not going to watch this anymore, bleh. Now, it's been a few days now, and a lot of those people have calmed down. Sadly, some have decided to cut ties with other friends because of their opinions. And this isn't the first time I've seen this. I mean, let's face it, in the last few years we've had presidential elections, prime minister elections, the whole EU thing, and because of which a lot of people's social groups have changed rather a lot. And to them, I say this: grow up. The world never stays the same, and neither do people. Now, this isn't a whole thing about, oh, everyone's a snowflake, everyone's individual and what have you and special. Not everyone's special. Well, you're special to yourself. The reason why you think you're special is because nobody is going through the exact same thing you are. I mean, perfect example. I grew up in a small village just outside of Plymouth, very white middle class area, surrounded by fields and farms. I didn't really get a chance to have a bit of independence until, I don't know, 14, 15 years old. And even then it was starting from the ground up, really. Nobody's gone through that exact same thing as me, discovering the same bands and discovering the same movies and, you know, my first pint, my first night out. All these things are individual and independent to me. When it comes to things like TV shows and communities, it is the exact same thing. Now, just because I might think that the new Doctor Who being a woman is a fantastic idea, and yes, it is a long time coming, doesn't mean that I need to get angry and upset that other people do not share my views. I've got vegan friends. Doesn't mean that I can't be friends with them just because I like eating bacon. I have Christian friends, and even though I am quite a bit of a Satanist, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to hang out with them anymore or be friends with them anymore just because we share a different view. We look past it because we have other things in common. Now, sometimes views can be a bit too extreme for such a length of time that you feel that you have to cut ties, i.e. if somebody is aggressive against people who have things about them they cannot, help. Like, for example, if a person has a disability or a sexual preference or is a certain race and that other person just can't really deal with it and they decide to express themselves in a way that really isn't nice, then yeah, maybe you should call it a day with their friendship. However, a smart and patient person would realise that people change, people evolve. If they want to, of course, they will see something that will change their mind. I mean, I'm not the same person that I was 10 years ago. I mean, look at me. Ugh, what were you thinking? But I evolved. I grew up, I grew a little bit, and given the next 10 years, I will evolve and grow a little bit more and become more accepting of other people, or focus on bits of my life that I want to improve or, grow or get better with. So I only ask that you kind of do the same for other people. Give them the benefit of the doubt. If they're doing something, if they're acting out, there is obviously a reason behind it. And it's far better to sit down and actually talk to them like a rational adult human being and find out the crux of the matter. And fingers crossed, you might actually be able to, help them on their quest of being a human being. But anyway, folks, that's only a little short video. I just thought I might put it up there because it's been something that's been playing on my mind for some time. What do you think? What do you think about the new Doctor? What do you think about my opinions? If you want to tell me to sod off, feel free to do so. It is your opinion and your right to do so, and I welcome a discussion about it. But as for now, I've got some things that I need to do. I think photos. Yes, photos? No photos? But anyway, this has been Dr. Chapman, and I might think you're an asshole. But you know what? That's okay. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. If you like what you saw, feel free to give us a little like and a subscribe. And also check out some of the other videos on my channel. You might find that some of it might be quite good, you might not. It's your choice. Just go for it.